Hello, hello. Hope everybody is doing well today. So we're just going to continue with a little bit more of Rome Remastered. So the Total War games, because I swear I'm not addicted. I swear I'm not addicted, but I am having a lot of fun with this game right now. So let's just continue our campaign with the Macedonians, shall we? I just want to play a little bit. I swear, I'll play something else sometime soon. But not for a while because this game is awesome. Alright, so we're just gonna get right into things. And yeah, from the last stream, which I did yesterday, I think we were actually making really good headway in our invasion of Italy because now we have multiple armies that we can use to basically just take over territory and lands inside of Italy. And, we eliminated, at the end of the last stream, we eliminated a very strong Roman legion with heavy infantry, the Principe units, and they are supposed to represent the more experienced heads of the Roman force. And so I think this is the pre-Marian Legion days. You'd generally have three types of like shield wielding, sword wielding, javelin wielding units. So soldiers, which are typically known as legionaries. You'd have the hastati, who are the younger men who are inexperienced and looking to prove themselves. You have the principes, which are considered older troops, and then what happens is that the hastati line up first in the front and they take the brunt of the action, and then the principes are like sort of in the middle of the formation, because the way that the Roman legion worked is that they shuffled in their men back and forth to help recover their stamina and their energy, and it acts as a bit of a meat grinder because with a lot of the armies that they contended against, you'd have men fighting on the front line for minutes, hours, and they're fighting for their lives here. Meanwhile, through the power of Roman discipline, the Romans were able to shuffle their units and bring men to the front of the formation, and as well move men out from the front of the formation to give them a rest. And by cycling their troops, they were able to maintain fatigue, and basically grind enemies into the dust if they were able to catch them in melee combat. And so the last line of defense for the Romans are the Triarii, and they're supposed to be like the battle-hardened veterans in any legion, in any legionary unit. But anyway, the point of all that was just to say that the previous battle had me fighting off against the Principes for the first time, which I think is personally significant because there is a big boost in stats going from the hastati to the Principes to, reflect the increased experience and durability of that unit. And by having that and eliminating that cleanly, it's actually paved the way for this army here to go and invade northern Italy. So I'm pretty happy with how that battle went. And it's a good test so far in terms of demonstrating the power of the power of the phalanx as opposed to the power of the legion. JP says, hello, that last battle was pretty cool. Yes, thank you for coming along again. Thank you for coming along again, JP. I appreciate it. And yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. So what we're going to start off here is we're going to just break off this. This is a pretty upgraded unit. I think 3.0 is bound to disappoint me and screw me over. But I think we should just break this blockade. So we're going to go there and rely on 3.0 to get us the victory. Okay, looks like he does. But my opponent is able to cleanly escape, which is kind of annoying. It's to be expected by this point, but it does mean that they can just come back whenever. And I'm not a huge fan of that, to be quite honest. However, there's not much I can really do about it, so it is what it is. Alright, so this town still needs to reach, I think, 2,000 population limit. And then that will enable me to get the next level of governor's residence. And by doing that, I'll be able to upgrade everything else. Tarentum seems empty. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going through all my different territories. And the reason I'm doing that is so that I can just queue buildings. Because if we look here in the top right corner, I have enough money that my income is actually massive at the moment. It's like 77,000. So I need to, I need to be using that money productively because there's no point in hoarding it. There's no point in hoarding it. So I've decided, well, I've not personally decided, but it's just a fact that the money is better off being used to develop my empire. That's what I'm doing. I'm cycling through all of my towns and I'm seeing if there's any worthwhile upgrades I should pursue. Oh wow, Sparta does not look happy at the moment. It's because of the... It is because of the squalor caused by not having the next level of governance. Athens, we have the governor here. 100% is fine. Byzantium is okay. Tylus is not building anything at the moment, but I'm not sure if that's... Oh, I can build plenty. So we're going to build the wall. And... what else? I mean, the academy is okay. Nothing wrong with the academy. Maybe the agora. And then the city barracks, actually. So we'll prioritize those things. And what do we got here? They're already building the market. But we can go ahead and build a shipwright. And I think that's fine for now. Oops. Didn't mean to click out of the game by mistake. Right, so I think that's a pretty productive first turn, empire building turn. So we'll end the turn there. And we'll see what everybody else has to say and do. So we got the Seleucids, we got the Parthians. So we got a lot of the eastern factions that are now starting to emerge. Simply because we have Byzantium. So it's like the gateway to the east, if you will. What are the Greek cities doing? Where are they? Don't tell me they're coming after me? No, okay. Spanish. I'm not too interested in them. I mean, they're pretty far off. The Sidonians, I'm not too interested in them either. It's like the Spartans are at a decent level again. Agent found. The Scythians. So it seems like at this point the Scythians may be my next enemy. Simply because they seem to be very impetuous. With regards to a lot of the spycraft that they're trying to employ. But I have a massive army there. The only annoying thing is that if I do get in a war with them, it means that I have to commit to taking all this territory. Which I don't know if I want to do. But, I mean, I guess I could take Camp Scythii. And then I could take Chironosios. And then I can vie for peace. Because I really don't want to put myself... Like, I don't want to send armies all the way to, a Sarmatian camp in Tanais all the way here. That seems like a waste, to be quite honest. Especially when I still have yet to conquer Rome and Italy. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go using this stack to go after Capua. Oh, yep. Okay, that's fine. And I could attack Capua with this stack too. But I want to go for the full annexation. So I'm actually going to send this north. I'm not going to go for Rome. I'm going to take Arminium because I know it's there. And then I'm going to use this to go for Pavatium. And then I'll be able to take Mediolanum. And then Massalia. The hope is that I will be able to raise another army. I don't know how easy that's going to be honest with you guys. But if I can raise another army and then send it to Italy, then I could probably take over Rome pretty easily. But for now, let's go here. Okay, let's see what my opponent has. They don't have... Yeah, they've got a pretty strong fleet. That's a strong fleet, but they don't have any land units associated with that, which means that they're going to be defenseless against that and against that. So I'm pretty happy with how that's going. That said... I do think it is time that we raise another army. But I'm going to wait until we get the blacksmith at Thessalonica. Because Thessalonica has my strongest military production. It's also my capital. I think I'll get elite cavalry stables at some point. I should get archers as well. Yeah. I think that's okay. Maybe stable. Wars. Wars is probably more of a priority. I like getting wars as soon as possible. Alright. Alright, I think that's enough for this turn. That should be fine. So, JP, how are you today? How are you today? I appreciate you coming to the streams a lot, by the way. Really do appreciate that, especially because I'm just a no-name streamer at the moment. But I'm glad, you know, that you're coming here and you're enjoying yourself. And that's the main thing, right? That's the main thing. So how's your day been? How has your day been so far? Right, let's end the turn here. Alright. Alright, they're diplomats. I don't care. Oh, they're building a mega fleet. That is quite fearsome, to be honest. It's to the point where I actually want to start building more of a fleet at Tarentum, because they're gonna come through and just smack me at the moment. It's that strong. It's that powerful. I'm alright. I didn't do much. Just eating a breakfast at 1:30 p.m. Lazy day. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, look, I think I may have mentioned this before, but if you are working that 9 to 5 job, you know, if you're working full time, then taking any time that you can just to take things slowly, just to enjoy, just to de-stress and decompress, I think is really important. Because especially with the way that the world is going right now with the pandemic and all of that sort of thing, I think that trying to live like a relatively ordinary life and a productive life is, I wouldn't say it's more difficult than ever, because that sounds a bit self-aggrandizing, right? But it's definitely not easy. And so you really need to look after yourself. Because look, if you're not going to look after yourself, then no one else is, right? So, you know, anytime you can take the chance and it doesn't affect your responsibilities or anything, and you can just sit down and enjoy yourself, I think that's really important. You know, take some time for you to recharge your batteries and all of that stuff. Okay, so I'm a Total War enjoyer, so I gladly pop in. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Total War is a fantastic series. Obviously, if I didn't love the games, I wouldn't be playing. So yeah, but now we've put ourselves in a really strong position, so we can go ahead actually and just dunk on these Romans. These filthy Romans who pretend that they're civilized. They think they're the forefather of Mediterranean civilization. Who do they think they are? So we're gonna take Pavatium. We're gonna take Arminium. Ooh, I think the siege towers is probably the best, and then probably a couple of sappers. And we're gonna take Capua at the same time. So full speed ahead. There we go. And considering Pokemon, I never played it, but it's fun to watch. Okay, cool. Oh, well, if it's fun to watch, I'm glad to hear that. If it's fun to watch, I think what I may actually do going forward is start to do a bit more Pokemon streams. Because I know that the majority of the stuff, well, I say the majority, but it's been 100% of the stuff that I've been showing off on Twitch has been Total War. So if I can go ahead and diversify my content a little bit, I think that would be a good thing. And one of the things that I want to do is play a little bit of Pokemon on stream. I'm a little bit nervous because, you know, it's a competitive game and I've got a good record and I don't want to let go of that record, but maybe I can find some rental teams which look really cool and we can give those a try and see how those go on the stream. But I think this is a really good turn for me, simply because I've been able to siege 3 of their big cities, and if I can get 1 or 2 more stacks, then I can take Mediolanum and I can take Rome, and then that's basically Italy all in my hands. So I'm pretty happy with this turn, to be quite honest. The only thing I would do to finish off the turn is continue moving my Continue moving my diplomat because I want to do some diplomacy with the factions in the east. So we have like the Pontics, we have the Armenians, we have the Seleucids, we have the Ptolemaics. We even have our good old friends, the Greek city-states, because we actually kicked Greece out of Greece. But yeah, there's a lot of factions on the eastern side of the map, the Parthians, the Bactrians, and all of that stuff. There's a lot of factions that we can discuss things with, you know? We can share our thoughts, if you will. So, I'm going to end the turn here. I'm in a really dominant position in Italy, to be quite honest. I don't see how Rome can... Well, I mean, maybe the... maybe... Yeah, maybe like in history, Lucius Scipio, or Publius Scipio rather, is raising an army in Sicily. And they'll invade Italy to take me down. So the Greek faction is still active? Correct. They're still active because they have a lot of colony states here in Asia Minor, which is modern-day Turkey. So we can see here, they've got Pergamum. They've probably got Halicarnassus, which is in this area. Wait, Halicarnassus might be here. Ephesus might be here. And I assume that the Greek city-states have those factions, and there's also Rhodes. And we also know for a fact that they own Sicily. Oh, sorry, Syracuse. It's a three-way power struggle in Sicily between the Scipii faction, which is the Roman faction, the Greeks, and the Carthaginians would have ownership of Lilybaeum here, at least by default. Okay, so I think we're clear for this turn, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish my turn. Let's see what the Romans even do here. What can they do? I've unleashed a full-on assault. I'm not sure what they can do to stop me. Okay. What's going on? Agent found. It's another Scythian unit. Diplomatic information. So Spain and Gaul are at war with each other, and Gaul and Britannia have declared a ceasefire. So it seems like the Spanish, the Iberians, I don't know. They've got the oh wow. Yeah, okay. I could see this. The hot-blooded Hispanics. The Hispanic temper, if you will. So I'm gonna wait another turn on all these sieges because I think they're still building like the sappers, and they're still building the siege towers, so I'm just gonna leave them for the time being. I don't like how some of my cities in Greece, they're losing faith. They're losing faith. They're not, you know, they're not on board. It's a bit of a shame. But I would like to, once all of my buildings here finish getting built, I would like to create another army. Maybe two, actually. One to move east, potentially to defend myself from the Scythians, because these guys are going to attack me at some point. And secondly, one to send into the west, because I have 3 armies in Italy at the moment, but I don't think that's enough to hold my territories and conquer more. So that's going to be a bit, yeah, it's going to be a bit sketch. Regardless, we'll see how it goes. I think that's enough for this turn though, so I'm pretty satisfied. Admiral, I don't mind that there. Maybe we can build up our fleet a bit more. Yeah, okay. Let's build up our fleet. I know for a fact that the Julia have a massive fleet here outside Pavatium, so probably for the best that we build up our fleets so that we can take them out when we get the chance. I'm going to end the turn here. Ooh. The Senate's coming out to defend. Okay. Ooh, the Triarii. I mentioned them earlier. So it seems like Hastati. Why is this so strong? AI is really putting things in their favor. I don't think my position is weak here. I mean, I don't have many pikemen, but I do have hoplites. And they should be enough to hold back these guys, I think. I'm going to take this battle, 100%. And, yeah. We're going to... So the Senate has sent a relieving force to try and break the siege. But little do they realize, that I'm going to be the one breaking them. So, let's get right into it. You know, they think they can save Arminium? No. The Romans are beyond saving.
We did not seek war, but we are facing battle and we will not stop until our dead foes fill the field.
I love the attitude. Also true. Also factually true. I did not seek war with the Romans. They seeked war against me.
Look to your arms and armor. Now comes the hour when we test Greek courage.
Alright. Alright. I have to change the camera again every stream until I like it. Okay, so just the fact that I'm on the defense here means that I can camp. You know, I can camp and play defensive, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just utilize the territorial advantage. This is actually pretty good terrain incline already. I think the game's done a pretty good job at doing my job for me. Okay, so let's just do this. Because we can sort of equalize or normalize. Oh, bug. Yeah. To me, double line sounds better. Yeah, because I can easily move more men. Romans don't have enough men to surround me necessarily. So we can put one cavalry to the side here. One flank, and then we can put the other cavalry to the other flank here. So I'm happy with that. And then we've got 2 archer units. I mean, I guess these guys are going to be kind of pivotal. Not hugely, but just to bait the Romans into attacking me. Okay, so their reinforcements are going to be coming from behind. But if we take a look at the amount of units they have, I don't think they have enough to surround me. So, you know, it's like, I'm fine just to shuffle my... Oh, it looks like they might be facing my cavalry, but I'm fine just to shuffle my men, you know. Yeah, they're already firing into these guys. I don't think they're going to do much damage, if any, but, I mean, it's damage I don't have to take, so... Because the Romans are infantry heavy, not really damage I'm at risk. Ooh, they're reforming here. So, let's do something like this. If they want to do this, I'm just going to go ahead and charge them. You know? It looks like they're pretty serious about this. Let's just go back. Yeah, it seems like they are pretty serious. Well, that's fine. I don't mind. Okay. Yeah, that has to... Okay, so these are going to be some devastating... Ooh, spear throws. Interesting. Interesting that my enemies are choosing to waste themselves like this. Whoa, they're losing quite a few. Yeah, they're not lasting. Even if I lose a lot of horsemen there, they're routing, so that's fine. The Triarii are strong, but they're not gonna break my my units. And just in case they're thinking about it, I'm gonna reinforce this front. Get out. Okay. Hello? Hello? What the? Oh my god! What on earth is this AI? Okay, I can at least salvage it without losing too many men, but what the fuck was that? Okay, looks like those guys are coming back through, so I'm gonna move my horsemen here. Okay, right thing to do is just to pivot them around. These guys are gonna lose a lot of men getting shot from by behind. Are the Triarii a strong spear unit? Yes, they are. But as we can see here, they're out of formation and it's a single unit. So since I reinforced the edges here, like they're not... Like, who's gonna break through this? Who's gonna break through this, right? Because it's certainly not them. Wouldn't be them. Alright, so the Julio family have got their own units. Alright, the Principes are gonna... They're taking heavy damage. That should be fine. The great thing is that I can actually wheel around and just charge them into the Vilites. These guys need to get the fuck out. Okay, yeah, these Vilites are dead. Goodbye. Okay. Okay, the Triarii are back. This is not too bad. Because I can close off approaches. And because I do have this guy here. That unit there. Alright. That will close things off. Alright, that...
General flees! Press forward so that the spirit of his army is a broken tool!
Oh, just in time. Just in time. Alright. Actually, no, that's a really bad idea. Let's pause. Okay, I need to get these horsemen out of there. These archers need to shoot that Hastati unit. Thankfully, these guys are moving in. And then now what I can start to do... yeah. What I can start to do actually is just reinforce this line. There we go. Alright, these horsemen are dead now. Alright, easy prey. I think. Yeah, the Roman general's pretty fucked there.
Great gods be praised! The enemy general is killed!
You know,
Makes a home in our
you know
enemy's
when the cutscene, when the camera zooms in, oh shit. When the camera zooms in, I get so worried that it's my unit, it's my general that's dying. Because that has happened so often in the past. Alright, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. You're done, you're done, you've done your job. Alright, now this is a mop-up operation. Those guys aren't doing shit. These Cretan archers really had a lot of utility here. Okay, stop firing for now. The Triarii are pretty strong. Like they're not even shaken, which is pretty impressive. Alright, now they're in the perfect firing zone. Unfortunately, I have to let the general go, but the general himself's already dead, so it's not a big deal. Alright, now they're routing. Okay. Cool. Very good. We need to get rid of the Triarii while we can. I think if we just park them there, that should be enough. Actually, no, that's a bad idea. What happens if the general bodyguard unit survives but the general dies? If that happens, I'm pretty sure the general still dies. But what may happen is that they may elect to get a new general. So like they adopt a new one. But he'll have reduced stats. And I think that's honestly like just as important. I'm gonna snipe these guys. And this isn't necessarily the smartest idea in the history of the world. But I'm gonna do this. Just watch. These guys are exhausted, so there's a good chance that they may just break.
The enemy
Yep.
show their true virtue.
Yep.
They are not soldiers.
Yep.
Only
They broke.
frightened rabbits running from our men.
Very nice. Not the smartest idea, but one of the more successful ones. Alright, we gotta get rid of them once these guys are taken care of. Oh, they lined themselves up very nicely for me just to mow them down. Very good. There's only one left. He's not going to survive. There's only one left there, and there's only one left there. Very nice. Okay, cool. Cool. Mop up. Mop them up. I'm happy that I was able to do that with minimal damage done to my stack, because it means that the Julii garrison has been exhausted, and any kind of potential reinforcement coming from the Senate is also not going to be helping. So that's a pretty good spot for me. Okay, wait for the turnaround. Hopefully we'll get like the last of them. Okay, one more. You can do it, guys. You got it. Okay. I'm happy to leave things at that because I've won. So there we go. Heroic victory. Look at this.
Your victory is total. Crushing would be a better word.
Crushing. Now that's a victory. Very nice. Very nice. Heroic victory. And so yeah, that's basically Macedonian warfare in a nutshell. Use your infantry to pin them down and use your cavalry to mop up. Oh, they're in panic stations now. I think I can... Yeah, I was going to say, I've depleted their garrison, so I just take the city. I'll occupy for the time being. I don't know what the, like, how much they hate me, so I'll just... there's a couple of big armies there. So they're not playing around. They're not done yet. Romans are not yet done. Interesting. Still, that's a very good victory. I'm not gonna say no to that. Ooh. Oh, these guys are far from done. Rome is not cancelled, at least not yet. It was good I was able to get the city without a siege, though. I can't stress enough how good it was for me to obtain the city without having to go through a siege battle.
Ships ready.
Okay. So I think... Ooh, Tarentum actually is pretty solid too, in terms of like what I can build from here. Yeah, I think what's ideal is if I build cavalry from Larissa. Maybe infantry from Thermon? Infantry from Thermon's okay. I mean, I don't get the nice royal pikemen, but who cares? Maybe infantry from Sparta. Yes, they have more stats. So infantry... Oh, we can do both. Infantry from Sparta and Thermon. We have cavalry from Larissa. And we can bring archers from Tarentum. And then we can also just supply a couple of phalanxes at the end too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alright, now considering what my enemies have, like, considering how big that stack is, I'm actually content just to camp in the city and not really venture out. What's this? Ah, it's an assassin. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to see if I can bolster my numbers with some mercenaries. There's only one unit of Samnites. I mean, I guess I'll take that. It's better than nothing. Better to get something than nothing. And if that's the case, I guess Levy Pikemen. Maybe archers. Maybe one unit of archers and then one unit of Levy Pikemen. That should help. I definitely need one more stack here just to be more comfortable. See if we can get rid of these guys. They run away, but they don't lose anybody, which is annoying, but to be expected. Alright, Larissa's okay, Thessalonica's okay. Like, all of my other cities in the Empire are doing okay. So I'm happy just to let things progress. What the? How do I even... Oh, jeez, is it really that far away? That's a bit annoying. Okay. So, let's go back into Europe and see what's going on here. Gallic tribe. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, I'm happy to enter in here. Let's see. So, was Empire the first to introduce naval battles? Correct. Yes. I think Empire has naval battles, right? If so, then yes. Yes. Up until that point, I think this game, Rome 1, was the first to introduce navies as a unit. And Empire was the first to introduce naval battles. Because up until this point, you know, you just fight using the AI. Look at all these merchants scurry around. Oh, they're coming. They're sieging. That's actually a pretty sizable force. Like, these guys aren't kidding around. They've actually got a decent amount of people. And they could hypothetically retake Arminium, which would be a pretty big setback, I'm not gonna lie. Because I only have a limited amount of armies here. It's kind of how the Romans survived, right? In the early days, when they were fighting Hannibal and all of that. They mostly survived because they could rebuild armies quicker than, you know, they'd lose them in the field. Hannibal would win engagements against the Romans non-stop, but he still lost the war because Rome was able to replace them with more men before they could do anything about it. Alright. Yeah, this is a really strong unit. Like, okay, they've got some light cavalry and it's like they're not going to do much in the face of my cavalry, but these guys are hardened. They've got Principes. I almost want to break the siege and move this stack over, but that's a bad idea. Do I sally forth though? That's a question. That is a question. So, what have I gained? I've gained Samnite mercenaries and an archer unit. It's not a lot. Though it's probably worth it, because I don't want to get my men ticked down. So yeah, it is worth going for the sally. This is not going to be easy. Although it's kind of cool, isn't it? That, like, the deeper that I get into Roman territory, the more organized the armies. Yeah, this is not going to be an easy fight. If I get caught in hand-to-hand against the Principes, I might be fucked. However, it'll be cool. So let's do it. can't wait for them to, like, I couldn't wait for them to siege me because I lose men and it ticks down because I lose men from siege attrition. So I have to sally forth here, which is a bit of a shame because I'm pretty confident if this were a defensive battle. Because look, we got like these thick ass walls. It'd be really easy to defend, but they're just going to wait us out. So, I don't know. They're all going to reform and then act defensively. So actually, there is a chance that I just lose this. I think there is a chance that I just lose. I'm going to keep this unit in the square. Because he's not that useful, to be quite honest. Captain Grimm, 901st. Empire was a lot of fun back in the day. Nice, nice. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I actually never got into Empire that much, so I sort of regret that. But, I mean, you know, what can you really do, right? But yeah, like, I played mostly Rome 1 and Medieval 2. I think those are the two that I have the most time on. You don't want to go out the front door, do you? This army's just gonna, like, run straight out, right? So if I... Nah, that's unfortunate. They're not gonna reach. So... But how are you, by the way? How are you, Captain Grimm? How are you today? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I think just stacking everybody here is fine. It's not ideal. But it'll be fine. I'm assuming the Romans will just run up the hill or something like that and then reorganize. Because if they make an aggressive move, this might be interesting. Where are they moving, though? I mean, oops. I guess I can just follow them and shatter them in an orderly manner. The gameplay was boring, shooty shoot style play, but the naval battles were oomph. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I mean, it was one of, like, the big features, right? So I'm glad that you had a lot of fun with it. Because really, that's what you want to see, right? These archers have insane aim. If these Cretians, man, no joke. I mean, they're not gonna score many casualties, but that's no joke if they can fire that far. Okay, so these guys are just gonna run up what hill? So they're just gonna run up here. I don't mind that too much. Surely those don't hit. I kind of enjoyed attempting the navy battles in Rome 2, though I never got quite the hang of them. Yeah, I agree with that sentiment actually quite a lot. Reason being, just because of the technology that was available at the time, like classic antiquity, the naval battles in Rome 2 were like heavily based on boarding and ramming, which I don't necessarily think plays to the strengths of the engine, because the engine used for Rome 2 was the same engine used for like Empire and all of that, and it was built around like pike and musket gameplay, right? And that's one of the reasons why Rome 2 needed a lot of work from the launch to get to like a reasonable state, and it's partially because, you know, the engine wasn't really designed with the kind of warfare in mind, you know? Because like with Shogun 2, I think it was mostly fine because there was a decent amount of like gunpowder units and all of that stuff, but not so much with Rome 2. Land battles were just light infantry shooting volleys. Artillery was important too. I never managed to utilize cavalry properly. That's fair. That's fair, JP. I think that, well, the thing is, like, I never played too much Empire, so I can't really speak with a whole lot of authority on this topic, but my own personal inclination, my own personal feeling is that cavalry, just because of the existence of artillery, utilizing cavalry effective must have been really, really difficult. And it's kind of funny, right? Because in Medieval 2 especially, the existence of heavily armored knights made cavalry far too strong. So you could have like spearmen, and then you could just frontal charge them with knights and they would get obliterated anyway. Like the charging mechanics were too strong. And I think Okay, it's just a mosh pit. I think that in Empire, they may have gone too much the other way and tried to, address that balance by making like cavalry charges a bit more difficult to execute. As in Medieval 2, it was a bit too easy. Learn something new. Never really played Shogun 2. Oh, okay. Okay, if you enjoy the style of gameplay of Empire, then I think it's definitely worth giving it a shot. I mean, like, it's a different setting to Empire, obviously, like, it's based in Japan and all of that. But there is a bit of novelty to that, and I do think it is quite fun from a personal perspective. Because technology-wise, it's sort of like an in-between between something like Rome 2 and Empire, where Empire was like, everybody, like, line infantry, musket volleys, and that sort of thing, like pike and musket warfare, whereas Rome 2 is obviously classical antiquity. Meanwhile, Shogun 2 has a little bit of both, whereas your starting units tend to be like spear infantry, sword infantry, cavalry, archers, and then as you develop technologically, then you start to build musket units and then rifle units, and you get that sort of nice, transition with regards to the units and the weapons. Three Kingdoms, not really touched that one either. I haven't personally myself, and I'm not really sure why. I haven't really done a whole lot with Three Kingdoms. Oh jeez, they've got a lot of infantry. I might be in over my head here. I might be in over my head because I have to take the lead. Oh boy. Yeah. I don't think I'm winning this one. I don't think I'm winning this one. Just putting that out there. But yeah, like with Three Kingdoms, as well as the, maybe if I make a push for this side. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to have to win. I'm going to have to, like, come up to here, make a push for this side, obliterate this side, and then as they're turning around, reposition my phalanxes to, like, come across there and defend myself. So that the goal will be to get the cavalry in first, cause havoc, move the infantry like into this area, and then as that's happening, move the archers up onto the hills there, and then use the superior range to defend against, the flank coming in. I think that's how I'm going to have to handle this, but this isn't easy because I think my opponents, like, numerically we're about similar, but my opponents have unit superiority. The quality of my units are not at the same level as my opponents. But this is going to be rough. But as for Three Kingdoms, I haven't really played much of that, and to be honest, I haven't played much of the Warhammer Total Wars as well. I'm not quite sure why. Everything I've heard about them, especially from friends and all of that, they say that, the Warhammer Total Wars are fantastic, they're great, and all of that stuff. So I don't really have a reason why, but I think it's just that during the time I was interested in those games, potentially, I've had other games to take my interest, so I've just, been doing other stuff instead. Whereas with this particular game, with Rome, there's excuse me, there's definitely the nostalgia element that appeals to me, but it's also just the fact that I'm not really playing too much else at the moment. Because if there was like another game I was really obsessed with or something like that, then obviously I wouldn't be playing as much of this, right? But yeah. Shogun 2 has beautiful visuals and music. I mode is very great when it comes to atmosphere. I agree. It tends to be very stylized. It tends to be quite stylized. I don't know if I would necessarily, like, some people may not be into that, but it definitely does carry its own visual flair that you can't find in other Total Wars. I'll put it that way. Honestly, when it comes to the more Eastern-inspired games, I never really got the gist of all the infantry units. Love Warhammer 1 and 2. Oh, okay. Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. Again, I don't have much experience with, I don't have much experience with Three Kingdoms, so I can't really speak much to that. But with regards to Shogun, the way the units worked, like, with Total War, it's always like the rock, paper, scissors dynamic. Spearmen lose to swordsmen, swordsmen lose to archers. Archers can't really do much against spearmen and stuff like that. So, I think that, like, With Shogun, it roughly follows the same principles in terms of the rock, paper, scissors stuff. But yeah, with Three Kingdoms, I really couldn't tell you too much about that because I haven't really gotten into it. I also know that there's like a hero system in Three Kingdoms. I think it's like an adaptation or like a continuation of a mechanic that exists inside the Warhammer ones, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. It's kind of cool that they adapt the Three Kingdoms lore like that, but I don't know how it pans out, because it's a total war game, right? So I don't know how I feel about the existence of hero units in general. Alright, this is going to be a rough one, because my opponent does have cavalry they can leverage. Oh, but they're Auxilia. They're Auxilia. Do I need to care about Auxilia? I think the answer is not really. You know what? I'm just going to bring you guys here just to activate the tower. Oh, okay. It looks like they're repositioning. I don't necessarily mind that. Because it does mean you can kind of get away with a little bit more. I need to take out as many equites as I can. So, like, I'm not even too fussed about, like, the Principes and all of that. I think, like, getting rid of the equites is, like, the #1 focus. Because what I can do with these things, I can just move them back there. How much of a gamble is this going to be? This is a huge gamble, but I'm going for it. Come on, a bit more. Okay, that's not too bad. These guys are already routing. Okay, that's good. The firing missiles thing is gonna be heavy though. That's fucked. This is rough. Okay, I gotta move now. It's unfortunate I couldn't do more damage, but I had to run now. Do you have enough archer ammo to do reasonable damage before engagement? It's not so much the ammo, it's like whether I can actually exploit their positioning. So I was able to make one Hastati route, and I think that's okay. That's okay for the losses I incurred. Yeah, that doesn't have the range. So while they're firing missiles, they're going to get peppered by these arrows. And that's okay. Right? Because we can just go back. Okay, cool. Alright. Okay, that's very good. That's very good. Because one, these guys are losing a lot, and two, they're ceding this area to me now. So now I can move forward as intended. The concern is that when I engage these guys, they're gonna have to like... They're gonna fire a shit ton of javelins, and I don't know if my line can actually handle that. So I'm gonna have to be very careful with how I handle this. Having my archers is, unironically, one of my strongest weapons, or one of the strongest cards that I have here. Okay, what are they doing? They're rearranging. I don't mind that though. Especially if they're rearranging wide. Because at some point these guys are going to get there. And once they get here, I think this tower activates. The win-lose bar slightly turned in your favor. Nice. That's what you like to see. Unfortunately, I do have time going on against me. But if I can force them to like make limited engagements, then this works out in my favor, right? Especially if I can force their cavalry into engaging with me. Oh. No, I don't really want to become famous, to be quite honest. Okay, there we go. Okay, all of that's going to come in at the Hastati. They're going to get peppered. Okay, good, good, good. That's a good amount, actually. Yeah, that's a good amount. Okay, if this works out, they should be going down there. Okay, good, good. That's a good charge. Now I gotta move back. Because they want to bring their auxilia. But the auxilia, even though the auxilia are strong, they don't have a cavalry advantage. That's the main thing. They don't have a cavalry advantage. So even though I take damage from missile units, look, their auxilia is already fleeing and their equites are fleeing too. So they don't have what it takes to stand up to my cavalry. And that actually pushes them out of this, you know, into disarray. But even though we could chase, it's not a smart idea because I don't want to get caught in here with all of the infantry units swarming at me, you know? So what we're going to do is we're going to go back a bit. This is a very slow, this is a very patient battle, but this is how I fight. I fight very, very patiently. Yes, and the Principes know that they're fucked up now. So I can wait for a good volley or two and then just bring my cavalry back. There we go. There we go. These Principes are getting hammered hard now. And this is how I essentially win. I just chip away at them until I can go toe-to-toe with them. So I use my cavalry, chip away at them, and then get position. Hold and calculate it. Yes. Yes, if I commit my cavalry to chasing off, you know, to chasing off stragglers, then I could get them caught, right? I could get them caught behind their formation, which is going to be really difficult for me because they have a decent amount of cavalry here that they can use to chase and harass me. And the charge of my cavalry is going to be what wins me the day because I don't think my units can go head-to-head with theirs at this point in time. So I have to continually chip them down. I mean, like, that's fine, right? It's fine. I think this may be too far for the tower. It's a bit unfortunate, but... Okay, that's fine. Okay, these guys are gonna make similar mistakes to before. Like, they're hard committing now. They're hard committing now, which I don't mind. Because it just exposes them to these archers here. So essentially what we're going to do is we're just going to move them slightly back. Buy a bit more time. Because these guys are going to coalesce now. And they're going to realize that they've overextended. Because these archers here are just going to pepper them. And the hope is that we can capture. Not capture, but like we can do big damage to one or two of their stacks. Yeah. We can do damage to one or two of their stacks. And this will allow us to, you know, go ahead and charge in and then pick them off with cavalry, right? So these guys, look, like, they actually are quite resistant. The moment they turn is, you know, when it's going to go south for them. Yeah, they're routing. Very good. And that's all I needed to do. Because I have established position once again. And then I just inch a little bit more forward. And we have the Samnites just to flank. Just to guard the flank. And now we can actually be a bit cheeky and try and pick these guys off if we can. Because these guys will be a pain in the ass later if we let them go. So I'm going to try and pick as many as I can. I don't know if I can pick them all off, right? But they're like, if we can get them below 10, that's probably a destroyed stack. So they're at 9 there. I don't want to extend too far, so I'm happy with that. There we go. And then now we just move a little bit more forward. Just inch forward. There we go. We just bait them a little bit more. The Hastati are going to come soon. I don't care about the Cavalry Auxilia. I'm not afraid of them, to be quite honest. But can do is just move out a little bit. Right. I think they've realized that they are almost in a shit position here. Okay, what's the most valuable target right now? Honestly, it would be the Equites. Oh, they're running. Okay. I just need 1 or 2 good volleys, and that should be enough. So that's volley 1. Okay, cool. That's not bad. That's a good volley. Volley 2. Okay, that's not bad. I'm happy with that. You can stop there. Okay, those guys. Yes. This is good because I can just come back up to the top of the mountain. I can get 1 or 2 good volleys against the flank there. That does heaps of damage, right? Really? We are? Yeah, now these guys made a mistake. By getting too close... This is gonna hurt. Like, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna really hurt, because it hits them from behind. That said... These guys are in the midst of reloading. And they're just gonna get smacked. Right? So these guys absorb a bit of damage. But as a result, we get to rout this Hastati. So I'm pretty happy with that outcome. This is a very slow and grindy way of conducting warfare. Oh, good. Another Hastati unit. I like this. I like this a lot. Wait, are they gonna get to the point where, like, they clip these mercenaries? No, okay, good. Might be a bit troublesome for them if they do. I'm thinking they'll lose a lot from this. Yeah. Oh, they're reloading. Okay, so they're in range. Let's head out. What is that standard legionary unit called? The dude with the pylon sword and shield. So that's just the legionary, and then they divide them by experience and equipment, at least as far as the game goes. So the lowest tier of legionary, this is like pre-Marian reform, right? So the lowest tier of legionary is called the Hastati, which is these guys. The second level, which is, you know, more experienced. I don't know if there's any left. If I've actually gotten rid of all of them, that's pretty good. Nah, okay. So the next level is the Principes, and then the final level is the Triarii. Or the Triarii. I don't know how they pronounce it. Yeah, but these guys are in disarray just by constantly baiting them. Because the thing is, it's my general, right? So they want to snipe the general. That's their, like, #1 priority. But by getting constantly worn down like this, they're losing, like, the numerical, like, the infantry advantage that they have. Until the reforms. Yes, correct. Once they go through the Marian reforms, then you have a much stronger set of legionary units, which become a lot more difficult to deal with. I'll say that much. So we just advance. This is slow, this is grindy, but this is my best way to obtain victory without losing too many men. That's my goal here, right? It's not just to win. It's to win without losing a lot of men. And I think they might be withdrawing. I think they recognize that they can't They actually can't do that. Like, they actually can't beat me. In which case, I'm going for them. In which case, I'm just going for them. There we go. Alright, it looks like they might be able to do some damage with the Principes, but we'll see. Yeah, so like I lose one unit of cavalry, which actually sucks. But it's okay. Not the end of the world. Because I get this this good charge. This rear charge. Yeah. Okay, there we go. There we go. The moment they decided to retreat, then it all went pear-shaped. There we go. Let's eliminate this unit too. If we can get it below 10%, that should be fine. Now we let a few of their units go, so I think there'll be some survivors, but I'm pretty happy with how that went. That was slow, that was grinding, but I did it pretty much exclusively off the cavalry and the archers. I didn't even need the spearmen in the end. They were just there for decoration, if anything. However, if you want historically accurate cohorts, I suggest the RTR. Imperium, yes, Imperium Surrectum mod for Remastered. Oh, so there is a mod. Okay, so from memory, it was like RTR, like this is for the original Total War, right? They had RTR, and then Roma Surrectum was like they were like the two big mods from memory. So I guess for Remastered, they're sort of like merged together, maybe. Nice victory, well played. Thank you. That was a really good victory in the end. As if we kept the overwhelming majority of our soldiers, and they pretty much lost everybody. So that was pretty good, all things considered. Because the unit quality was on the side of the Romans there. It wasn't on my side, so I'm pretty happy with that. It's still just a copy and paste job at the moment, but it'll be worked on gradually, and they merged it for this game. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, breaking the siege there was actually quite important. Like, they lost a significant amount of troops, but then I also get to repair and rebuild mine. Let's get maybe one Greek cavalry, why not? Light lancers are better. It's for the charging. Alright. Well, we can do the siege, but I'm happy just to leave them there. Because I don't trust myself in infantry sieges, or I don't trust myself with sieges in general. But yeah. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to see if there's new content developed for RTR Imperium Surrectum. Like, that would be nice. I don't know if there would be, because I remember, like, one of the cool things I remember about Roma Surrectum, like, a long time ago. One of the cool things they did was the graphical overhaul in the units, but that's kind of not needed in the remaster. So yeah, I'm not sure what else they can do, but yeah. No, that was cool. That was cool. Good battle. I'm pretty happy with that. I think we can end the turn there. I mean, we can go for capo if we want, but I have terrible, like, I'm awful at offensive sieges without siege weaponry, so I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna wait that one out. No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I don't mind waiting there. Actually, maybe my diplomats. So I got one in the Scythian region up here. Yeah, let's move him down to like Egypt and Asia Minor. Yeah, the graphics still look good. It's just a matter of working on the graphical side to tweak stuff. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Roman elephants, woo. Roman elephants. That's certainly something. So, I guess you'd be active or like you're familiar with the mods going on, Captain Grim, and all of that. At least for this game. So I do have to ask, because I know that it was a hub, like a community hub a long time ago, but I don't know if it's still going. But does TWC, Total War Center, is that forum still going? Is it still active? It'd be nice to see if it's still active, actually. Because I do remember going there a long, long time ago to download mods and stuff. So I remember, I think the mod that I spent the most time on was for Medieval 2. And they had a Third Age mod. So that's a Lord of the Rings mod. And it's like, you know, like Battle for Middle-earth kind of setting. And I remember just being in awe at what they were actually able to accomplish, because they really stretched the limits to the engine to bring all, you know, to bring all the units in, to bring the campaign map, and to build the settlements. Because from memory, they were able to do custom settlements as well, which to me was really impressive because I didn't even know that was possible. You know, like, I remember they were showing off, like, Minas Tirith, Helm's Deep, you know, just these really epic, you know, settlements for sieges and battles, and I was just blown away because that, you know, that was the coolest stuff at the time. It still exists as far as I know. Now, however, most things are workshop. I guess that makes a lot of sense. So it would be like, most of the community, if it's still there, would be like revolving specifically around the mods. That makes a lot of sense to me. Because I do remember back then, like, the forum community was quite active and it was, you know, quite diverse and ranged in a whole bunch of different topics. But that said, you know, things have moved on from those times, because if we take a look at, especially like the advent of social media and all of that stuff, you know, forums, like hobby-based forums, are not that common anymore. You know, if anything, you'd have like a Reddit, you know, like a subreddit about that sort of topic, or, you know, people would just talk about it on Twitter or something along those lines. It would be a shame to remove all the wonderful creations they did. I agree. If nothing else, you know, I'm happy that it still exists, even if it's, you know, it's only there to serve as an archive for all those great works, because, you know, people put a lot of effort into those mods and they look, you know, some of them look really fantastic, and a lot of them do genuinely improve the quality of the game beyond what people thought the vanilla version would be. So 100% agree. 100% agree. I think this is a pretty quiet turn here. I'm content just to let things go as they are. I'll probably build another levy unit. Maybe I should start building siege units, but this isn't particularly good against buildings. This is more against people. I still think it's the only place to still get Darth mod and stuff. Oh, yeah. And Darth mod was like the AI mod, wasn't it? Like, it was other things, but I think wasn't the main appeal of Darth mod like the fixes to the AI, the battle AI and the campaign AI. I do think there was a lot of other stuff involved in those, but oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad to hear that it exists, and I'm glad to hear that, you know, people still post their work there. You know, it's good. I'm pretty content with all of this. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just end the turn. It was the severe improvement that rescued how bad Empire was at release. Yes. I did hear a lot of bad things about, well, I don't know if I'd say bad things per se, but I did hear a lot of very strong feedback about Empire Total War when it released. So, yeah. Wait, they improved Empire? What did they do exactly? Well, with the Darth mods, JP, like, it's an overhaul of the AI and the general campaign. So you'd have the AI reacting in different ways, both on the campaign map and on the battle map. And I imagine there'd be a lot of economic tweaks as well. So, you know, it alters the progression and all of that stuff. And it just makes it a much more fun campaign overall. Because I do know with Empire, there was a lot of criticism about how certain systems didn't work as intended, or, you you know, like the gameplay and the formations were just unsatisfying and all of that stuff. So yeah, Darth Mod has a history of like fixing the most egregious issues of the vanilla experience without deviating from that experience too much. Alright, I gotta go sort out lunch, so be back later. If not, have a good stream. No worries. No worries. I appreciate you coming by, Grim. It's a good chat. Good to talk about Total War and all of that stuff. Thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. I will still... I don't know how much longer I'm going to be streaming here today, but in general, I will be streaming similar times to this. And I will be playing Total War as part of it. So, you know, thank you for coming by today. Hopefully, if you're free, if you're around, maybe you can stop by another time and watch me play a bit more Total War, and then, you know, we can have a bit of a chat and all of that good stuff. But yeah, thank you for coming by. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you for coming by. Alright, so I think I'm okay with just to play defensive at the moment. Simply because I'm slowly generating my next army. And they're not ready yet. So I'm okay. I'm content to wait things out until the next army comes. Because when the next army comes, that's going to be the circuit breaker. Because I'll be able to take Capua, I'll be able to take Vivadium, and I'll be able to move on Arretium. And I'll be able to move on Rome. Alright, so let's end the turn here. Okay, let's not end the turn there. Okay, let's end the turn here. Ooh, they're bringing in reinforcements from Sicily. Interesting. Interesting. Ooh, the Senate wants to relieve this siege too. Okay. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Alright. Ooh, Triari, Vilites, Hastati, Lucius Scipio. Oh, wow. These are all like the generals. They don't have much men left. We can leave them out of the fight if we wanted to, but I'd rather not. Yeah. Alright. Despite my huge numerical advantage, it's not that much in my favor. But they're attacking me. So I can just set up, and then we get the Wall of Death. The Wall of Death. Okay. The proper arts of a general are judgment and prudence. Well, I'd like to think in the last few battles I have demonstrated a very good level of prudence.
It's a fine day for battle. Every day.
Oh, look at that helmet.
For battle when your heart is brave.
General Magneto.
And at the last, brave sons of Alexander, I say this: strength and glory to you all.
Very nice. I felt that the AI made sense in the campaign I played, but I played it late. Yeah, so I think, you know, they had a lot of patches which sort of addressed the most egregious issues. But in general, I do believe that Empire had... It wasn't just issues with the AI. It was issues with bugs and crashing and formations not working as intended. So I think that by the time like you may have played it, then a lot of those would have already been fixed. Alright, let's start the battle. I don't want things to be too complicated.
The enemy have brought up more men.
Just as I say that, things do... I mean, they're coming out from there. So essentially what I can do is I can just use these guys to head them off. I can just go up here. And then use the... Yeah, use these guys to head them off. Bring the archers here. And that should be enough, right? Now, where the fuck are these guys going? Oh. Do they have vision goggles? How do they know that my cavalry are like hiding in the trees here? They're still hidden based on the tooltip. Okay, looks like they're coming. Okay, this is fine. I'm more than okay with this. Because by the time they reach my formation, my spearmen, my pikemen will already be in position. That's fine. So here we go. The spearmen, the heavy spearmen. So this is like base form legionary. This is baby legionary. And then there's no Principes in the stack. And then this is like final form legionary. And so if we actually take a look closely, you can see the differences. The difference is actually pretty pronounced between the Hastati and the Principes because they fulfill the same role in a formation, whereas the Triarii, yeah, in the original game they pronounce it Triarii, but the official pronunciation is Triarii. So they fulfill different roles because this is a spear unit and this is a swords unit. But we can see here, like, historically, the Triarii were also given swords as well. But if we can take a look at like the difference in equipment. So we can see here that the Romans, the Hastati have like, you can see they have like a leather armor with like a bronze chest piece, and then they've got, you know, the plumed helmets and all of that stuff. But if we take a look at the Triarii, the biggest differentiation is that we can see that they have chainmail. Okay, I guess the shields are the same, so the game wasn't able to render that. But they have chainmail, they have slightly different looking helmets, and it's meant to signify the fact that they're more experienced, they have more money, so they have better equipment. But I don't think the game necessarily represents that too well. And part of the reason it doesn't is because they have to adhere to like faction colors, and that takes away the chance to like differentiate between units a bit, because they all have to look like they're wearing a uniform. And then I also think that they were able to fix the faces, but I also think that in this old engine... No, never mind. I was gonna make a rant about how, like, in the old engine, it wasn't possible to differentiate between each individual unit. So in Rome 1 Total War, they actually had cloned units for the entire, you know, for the entire unit. But actually, they fixed that in Medieval too, so my commentary is not even correct there. That's fine. These guys are gonna, like, run right up to me, are they? That's fine, honestly. Like, okay. Because, like, these... These guys just suicidal? Whoa, they've already exploded like a gap here. That's pretty cool, but... I mean... I'm sorry, Romans. I am the storm that is approaching.
General is running away. This is no way for a leader to behave, but in battle, it is beyond belief.
There we go. He's dead.
The general is slain, and now his men fear us. It is time to press the attack.
Very nice. Okay, so all I just need to do is chase after those Velites. I'll get after those Hastati.
The army is in flight. Pursue them. Drive them from the battlefield.
No, that's enough. I don't want my general to fucking die to a stray arrow. So what are these guys doing? What are these guys doing? Based and motivated. Wait, what? Wait, based on what? Oh, wait, motivate? What's motivating you? I mean, sure. I don't really get it, but sure. What are these guys doing, though? Alright, let's fast forward a little bit, because they have to straighten up, surely. Yeah. Oh no, yeah. My troops, yeah. My troops are able to get in line, so what are you guys doing with your guys? What can you do? Unfortunately, you're in range. You better run. Heavily armored though. They're not going down to this. You need to just exhaust their charge and then swarm them. There we go. Like, I lose some men in the initial wave, but then they lose more. Okay, this is gonna be rough. They're gonna fucking destroy this phalanx unit. But if I reposition them now, then they're gonna get hurt even more. So I actually have to dissuade them from charging using my archers.
It is time to press the attack.
There we go. Wait, is the general still alive? No, the general's dead here. That's the case. Go back and form up. Because we can just let these guys get smacked by the arrows. Ah, fine. If you're not going to respond to my orders, fine. You're not going to respond to what I want you to do, fine. Okay. Alright. Amazing. Amazing! They made it! They made it. I lose some spearmen here, but I was able to use my archers. That's beautiful. I was able to use my archers to buy enough time to get that repositioning done. Now that's fantastic. Motivated because of the storm that's approaching? Oh, wow. I am the reclaimer of Alexander's name. Alright. Alright, these Bellates think they're missile troops? I'll show you missile troops. Okay, let's pause that. And then we'll use the general to get rid of the Triarii. Okay. Yeah, that went as well as expected. Very nice, very nice. You lose a bit of cavalry on each charge, but considering that, you know, considering that we routed them, it was completely worth it. Because we can see here that, you know, they took minimal damage, then we completely obliterated the opposition army. So that's all worth it. Let's fast forward this. There you go. Clearly won. Yeah, the army got completely annihilated. I'm happy with that. I don't think there would be anybody who wouldn't be happy with that. It was a good victory. It was a very good victory. Okay, so I've depopulated Capua too. So I think I take over that city, or do they still have people left to defend it? It might be just an empty city that I take over at the end of the turn. Yeah, this is an empty city, so I can just run in, right? Let's save. Yeah, I take the city. We'll occupy for now. Oh, wow. Okay, they're angry still. Maybe... Maybe I should have depopulated the place. However... You can try and assuage them a little bit. Oh, Rome looks really well defended. Okay, we're making inroads though. We're making inroads. And this is important. You Because the new army is almost ready. Okay, a little unfortunately for me, a little unfortunately for me, I didn't depopulate Rome. so I'm gonna have to find some creative ways to keep Capua under my thumb. Alright. So we got a diplomat up here. Send him down. And I think that's okay. I don't really need anything else at the moment, so I don't care about all that. So what does Rome want to do now?
Let us now talk reasonably.
I don't know. Talk reasonably? The only way... Oh, we can't. Okay. Well, you know what? Fuck them.
Until next time.
Peace is never an option. Ooh, Pontus is after me now.
Dear friend.
So they're enemies with Greece, they're enemies with Scythia, but they're allies with Parthia and the Seleucids. I don't mind this, actually. I think this is okay. Because I have such a big army. They want to talk reasonably. Well, yeah, they they can talk reasonable if they want. Because, you know, they've got a reasonable chance of dying. The Pontics, on the other hand, I think I'll agree to their terms. They want an alliance. They only want 160 gold. I'm okay with that. We get alliances, we get trade rights, which puts us on friendly terms with the Seleucids and the Parthians. Now, it does put us on bad terms with the Greeks and the Scythians, but the Scythians are already sending spies to my border province, and the Greeks already tried to attack me. So, I don't mind pissing them off. I don't care if I piss them off.
Our thanks.
Because if they want to come at me, then fine. I will show them the importance of finishing what they start. There you go. I don't care what the Germans do. The Germans can do whatever. Nice. Rioting in Capua, of course. Of course. That's okay. Essentially what I should have done was just giving it a bit of a... I should have given Capua a spring cleaning. So that's my fault for not doing so. Yeah, you gotta commit sometime? Exactly. I want to live in peace, right? I want to live in peace. Got a BRB? No worries. No worries. I want to live in peace. Unfortunately, sometimes my neighbors don't allow me to do that. You know? And sometimes I have to teach them that if they get in my way, then I will make things as such so that they will never get in my way again. You know? Sometimes you just gotta lay down the rules. And if they listen, well, good. And if they don't, well, they won't get a chance to listen again. Put it that way. Oh, that's so dark. That's too dark. Alright. I'm on a building spree. Well, not that I'm complaining. That's not a bad thing. Just that I'm building a lot. It's good though. Because it means that my civilizations are constantly on the cutting edge of technology and of military. Let's repair these buildings too. Oh, roads. Roads are always good. Roads are always good. Aluminium. Stanchium. Could do with a wall. Could do with an academy. Could do with stables and a shipwright and an armorer. Stables. Okay. Yeah, I've just built like everything. I've built like everything in every town. So this should be enough. This should be fine. There we go. Okay. Let's... I think we can end the turn here. Nothing wrong with ending the turn here. I don't care about that. Ooh. Enemy army. Interesting. More rioting? That's fine. Britain and Gaul, of course they're at war. So I don't necessarily mind that there's a lot of rioting. Because if we take a look here, then the public order is slowly rising. So it'll eventually be okay. It'll eventually be okay. Right. Cool.
Orders! Ready to sail! Ready! Yes, sir! Sir!
Alright, let's put them down.
Leading the army! Ready to sail!
And then let's take these guys out.
Victory!
Ah, incredible.
Yes, Captain! Sir! My lord!
Alright.
March!
Here we go. So this is like a full army, basically. I just need like a general or a governor to handle it. That's all. One turn. So Pavatium should be in my hands unless these guys try and make a save for it. But this army should be going after Rome. I could actually just give this guy...
My lord!
Oh, how about this guy? Faction heir, yeah. We'll give the glory to the faction heir. Okay. One turn, 4 turns. Okay. Good, good, good. Let's end here. The Julii aren't gonna do anything. Okay. Let's disperse some Romans around. Oh, they're not happy with my management. These historically Roman lands are not too happy with me just moving in and taking over. But I don't think that's a issue at all. Oh, okay. Interesting. So the Dacians have broken their alliance with me because now they're going to be allies with the Julii? Really? That's a bold play. Bold play. I don't think it will pan out well for them, but I mean, hey, I guess they can try and shoot their shot, you know? The fact that the Spartans are not happy sort of makes me really sad. But I don't know what else I can do to make them happy. Coming of age. Oh, that's cool. So we've got like another governor here.
Yes, Strategos!
Yeah, we'll move him to Thessalonica.
My lord!
Then Larissa. What we can do is we can actually move him to Sparta.
Ready! Yes, Strategos! Orders! Move out!
Okay, 65, unfortunately. Nah, I don't care about that. Okay, yeah, 65. These guys are also unhappy. But we can manage the town down. Yep, there you go. There you go. Capu I might ride though, so that's not too good. I will end the turn here. Actually no. No, we got this guy. Let's move him down to Antioch. Yep. Now we end the turn. Okay, the Dacians may attack. Faction destroyed Gaul. Okay. Okay. That's gonna be a bit rough. Simply because Gaul made for a really good buffer state between the Spaniards and the Brits. But the fact that they're gone means that I may have troubles going forward. Is not what anybody wants to see. Oh boy.
My lord?
No.
Yes, Stradago. Combining troops.
Oh, okay. Oh, he was part of the problem, I see. Ooh, interesting.
So, move out.
Let's see if we can get some good mercenaries. Not really. Okay.
Yes, Stradago.
Damn, what's... Oh, okay. I was like, what's eating up these guys? The tax rate. Alright. I'm very turtled in at the moment, which I'm okay with. So let's see how we go now. I am concerned. Okay, back, had a meeting. No worries. No worries. Hope the meeting went okay. I'm a little concerned. So, what happened in the meantime was that here, the Dacians, right? They broke their alliance with me. See, they broke their alliance with me because they're allies with the Julii. But now they're coming back to me saying, look, please, we didn't mean it. Let's be friends again. And I don't know. Like, the thing is that they're in a disadvantageous territory for me. So, while I'm still kicking Italy's butt, if I don't, I'm happy to give them, I don't care about 500. That's fine. So just to keep them out of my hair for the time being, I'm willing to take this alliance. Because it actually breaks their alliance with the Romans. So I'm happy to do that. Just to be an annoyance to the Romans. Alright. There you go. There we go. We weaseled our way back in. Okay, Byzantium's not in a good state, but wars will be done. So that will help a lot. Tarentum should be fine. Ah, governor. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Here's the ultimate. I'm gonna try and siege Rome, and I want to see how this pans out, I want to see how this pans out. Because, they surely must have a lot of strong units here. So maybe they'll come after me and try to break the siege themselves. But this is a pretty strong army. It's like, I've got my Macedonian cavalry, I've got phalanx pikemen, I've got archers. So this is like a really strong unit. I don't know how it's going to pan out. But I'm willing to wait it out and just try and, destroy Rome. So let's finish the turn. Oh. Okay, the Scythians are attacking the Pontics. Okay, that's a bit disturbing. It is a little disturbing. But my goal is to get to Antioch. So I'll worry about you later. Oh, Okay, here we go. This is the one. This is the one. The Romans are coming for me with everything they've got. So this is Hastati, Principes. They've got Triari. They've got siege weapons. They've got gladiators. They've got a whole host of generals. This is it, all right? This is the first assault. This is the first battle of Rome. And they're coming for me. So I defend here, but, even though I defend, I can't really defend safely because they've got siege weapons. So I actually need to play aggressive, I think. Depends on how they utilize those siege weapons, but I think I need to play aggressive. And this is going to be, well, I hope personally, this is going to be an epic battle. Oh shit, I don't get any time to, oh, look at that Colosseum. Okay, so unfortunately they've kept the Rome 1. They've kept the Rome 1 thing where it's like they don't have the capacity to make custom settlements. So even though the archers, like even though this looks really cool, it's not an accurate model of Rome simply because they weren't able to capture an accurate model of Rome back when they were doing this, right? So it's like prefabricated city units. Damn though. This is what you get when you face, you know, Rome itself, hey? When you go for Rome. Alright. So I'm hoping they're all just gonna rush out the fucking front door. So I'm gonna undo that. Okay. Everybody get into position. So this is 3. And then everybody form up. Not too close. I kinda wanna break up like the momentum. So how do we do this? Something like this. Hold on. Because it actually makes it more difficult for them to come in. So something like that. And we could go 1. Put him there. And then 2. And then put them here. And then these guys are 4. Then we can just plonk them there. You know? Plonk them here. There we go. Okay. Here we go. The first battle of Rome. The thing is that I don't want to get too close to their towers because the towers are just going to fuck me up. But because I'm playing the defense here, they have to come to me. They have to attack me. So I can just like warm up and all of that stuff. And they have to do what they need to do. So it looks like they're going to play super aggressive and just come at me with their Hastati. But that's fine. That's really fine. Oh! Wow. That is fine though. I can just keep moving them back. Right? Yeah, see, and now they've realized that they've overcommitted. So they're not 100% sure what to do, but then I can just pelt these guys from the side. Okay. All it takes is just a little bit of distance. All it takes is just a little bit of distance. And this forces them to reconsider. Right? And then they want to keep chasing, but then look how many units they're losing as a result. Right? And so you just wait for them. Wait for them. And then, bam. You just cuck them like this. See, look. Now they're reconsidering whether it's even worth going back. Now they're coming for my archers. But look, they've lost more than half of the unit already. And they're going to lose even more by the time they get to my archers. Yeah, okay. See? That's fine for me. Zero issues with that. But now, what I need to do, what I know I need to do is I actually need to make my formation wider. Because there is a bit of a gap there. Alright, there you go. So like these guys, they're in the middle of routing, they're in the middle of fleeing, so they're gonna fight with my pike units, but they're all just gonna die. Yeah, see? He's dead. So these guys will have to reorganize. Alright, let's see what they do. It looks like they're actually going to make a run for it. Like, they're going to make a run for my cavalry. So all I need to do is just, like, move them back a little bit. Wait for my archers to get into position. And then once they are in position, just pepper them from the side. Same what I did to the Hastati. These guys are pretty quick, though. Holy shit. Move, 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 move. Okay. Oh my god, yeah, these guys are getting shredded. Yeah, now it's already too late. They've lost too much of the unit. Alright. Alright, interesting. Oops. They've still got too many. I can't use my other units, unfortunately. The good thing with this one, though, is that, like, I can just move them back. Where are they going? Are they retreating? Not on my fucking watch. Yeah, not on my watch. Yeah, okay. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, so like the enemy is actually putting like a heavy premium, a heavy premium on... Putting a heavy premium on my general to try and demoralize my army, but I mean, you can just see how it's going for them, right? It's kind of abusing the AI, to be quite honest, because I didn't think they'd tunnel vision so heavily onto my general. But I mean, here they are, and there they're going, right? Like, look at that. They're done. It's kind of funny that, like, I'm using the siege tower as a bit of as a bit of a defense here. Like, they're still going through, but it's like, you know, whatever. Wait, what? Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Okay, that's huge. Okay, thank God that they only got one volley off, because I was utterly unaware of what was happening there. However, it's going to be a similar scenario, right? It's like... Okay, cool. Okay. Damn, these archers are doing work right now. If they run into the back of my phalanxes, that might be a bit bad, but that's why I got these horsemen going. Yeah. Yeah, okay. The fact that they're routing is fine, because if they route through here, they're just going to get picked off. So the phalanxes are going to kill them. Very nice. My opponent is making a big mistake by not using more of their men. Like, they're not going for a big attack. And that's really gonna cost them. Okay, this is gonna hurt. Ah, that's so bad. That's really bad, actually. I'm gonna be a bit greedy, though. Nice. Nice. All right. Unfortunately, they're gonna go back and then come back, but it's okay. Are they still gonna fight? Okay, if that's the case, we should preserve the ammo of these archers and then just do like a full charge. It's like, yes, I sustained some losses, but not as much as them. And they're all gonna die. Yep, there you go. Okay, they're done. So this is like the power. This is the power of like utilizing your cavalry. Well, I mean, like, it's not just utilizing your cavalry, it's utilizing your cavalry as bait, you know? This is the power of that. Yeah, they're gonna hit into the side of that, which is gonna suck. But they're losing a lot of men here too. Not the end of the world. Nice. Very nice. Will you get the city if you win this? I don't think so. I just reduced their amount of forces, which kind of sucks, but I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it because their city is very well defended, and I don't know if I would be able to take it without these sallies. Right. I got to be careful about the range of the towers because I feel like this is a trap in itself. But like if I can, yeah, see? Yeah, but if I can mass destroy these velites, it might be worth it. I'm losing too many. I gotta disengage. They're routing anyway, so it's fine. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. So I won't necessarily get the city if I win this, but it will go a long way into securing me the city. Because they've expended a lot of armies that they're not going to get back by trying to fight me off like this. So, I'm just waiting for them to like make their next move. But it seems they might just wait. Which I'm okay with, because if they're gonna be boring and then just wait me like this, then I eventually win. So it's fine. Because they're the aggressors. They have to make the move on me, you know? And I've obliterated a decent amount of their force. Oh, they still got quite a lot of cavalry here. What the fuck? But most of their legion, like the infantry units, the heavy infantry units, they're dead. So I'm in prime position regardless. Yeah, they might just count down the clock. I don't think the AI knows how to handle it. Oh, well, okay, so no, that's not necessarily true. What will happen is that the AI will do a mad rush right near the end. They always tend to do shit like this. What I can do here, I can be a bit cheeky. Hold on. Not that. I can be a bit cheeky and use the siege tower as like a defense. So if I organize like this, it'll be a lot more difficult to hit my left flank because I have the siege tower there. I also think it'd be worth... I don't know if it'd be worthwhile, but... You can put archers in the... No. Archers there. Yeah, I think we'll just wait them out. Because there's no reason for me to go on the offense. Because this is the siege that they're sallying forth from. But I want to see how much damage the sapper does. So hopefully I don't get whacked by the tower. Alright, that's fine.
The mine beneath the enemy walls. Your sappers are working hard.
There's nobody there, unfortunately, so they're not going to receive any damage, but we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go here. Alright, the condition of the wall is still quite good, actually. I think that's what you get when you try and dig down the walls. Oh, there we go. It's happening. It's happening. Oh, very nice. There we go. So, yeah, I did that intentionally just to, like, trigger the opposition into doing something. Because, like, I found it highly unlikely they would do anything otherwise. Like, I would need to open the gates for them to actually say, okay, we have to move. And even then, I don't even know if it forces them to attack properly, because they're still not attacking. Like, they're moving a lot, but they're not attacking, you know? They've got the... Yeah, they've got a huge cavalry contingent there. Please tell me you're actually coming out. Because if not, I'll be really disappointed. Okay. We'll see how they react in the last 3 to 5 minutes of the battle. Because I'm on the defensive here, so I should live no matter what. Essentially, they just wasted, you know, an attempt at a sally forth. I can keep playing this game. So if they react in the last 3 to 5 minutes, then we got a party. Otherwise, not really. So there's a lot of excuse me, there's a lot of quirks to the AI that I know that they've tried to improve the battle AI, and it does tend to be more aggressive and try to keep formation a bit more. But there's also a lot of moments, as we're seeing right now, and as we saw earlier with how they try to pick off my general, where the AI does tunnel vision and doesn't really form like a cohesive battle line. And there are quirks that you can exploit or that you can take advantage of, which I'm kind of doing right now, but it still is noticeably better despite all the issues I've had with the AI this run, it's still noticeably better than the original game. And so that kind of says something as to the state of the AI, especially the campaign and battle AI, in Rome Total War on release. Alright, so this battle's nearly done. I should just win. Because I didn't attack them, right? They attacked me. If I lose because I had attacked when I thought that I'm on the defense, I'll be really sad. But I didn't get to form up, so they're on the attack, I'm on the defense. Yep, there you go. Draw. Okay, so the game classifies it as a draw now. Interesting. But that's okay. Because I'm happy to chip away at their defenses and then just wait for the next encounter. Because I don't lose anything from this, right? I shouldn't. I shouldn't. If I do, I'll be mad. Yeah, okay. I don't lose anything. I just hold my position and they've lost, you know, like a third of their forces. Suitable husband. Age 16. This nobleman is a fine addition to the family. He looks pretty solid. I'll take him. Oh, Campus Getai. Okay. I don't need you for this stack, though. Let's send you to Tylus. Faction announcements, that's alright. Yeah, so I wasn't able to take over Rome, but I'm slowly whittling away at their defenses. So I'm actually okay with that outcome. I'm actually 100% okay with that outcome. And after that battle, I'm just going to leave things there. I'm going to end stream here as my voice is it's kind of dying at the moment. So, thank you for coming along, JP. And also thank you to Captain Grim, who was here briefly. As I do with all my other streams, I will have a higher quality version of this stream archived on my YouTube channel. So feel free to check that out. And I'm actually going to take my YouTube channel link and link it in the stream, simply because I do have other videos that are not necessarily Rome Total War related. I have that stuff on YouTube, and I plan to do some more stuff over the course of the week, and I will talk about that more on Twitter, and I'll stream a little bit of it maybe on Twitch. We'll see how we go. But I want to thank you for coming along. I'm going to hop off now. It's been a couple of hours. I like to keep my streams a couple of hours long because any longer and my throat starts to hurt. So again, thank you for coming along. I really do appreciate it as you join me in this journey of mine and in this journey of ours in this campaign. So again, I don't have a consistent schedule, so I don't know if I'm going to be streaming again tomorrow, but I will be up to some things here and there. I should be active on Twitter, so, you know, check me out there. Again, thank you for coming along. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourself, and I hope to see you around next time.